Hey everybody, it's Samantha from Samantha's Designs. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to do a little shaker in a different way than I've ever done it. I've seen people do this with acetate, and I think Christina Werner did this recently. And so I'm kind of copying hers just a little bit, her last video where she used vellum to make a shaker. So what I'm starting out today with is this confetti that's balloons and stars that's multicolored. The confetti is what started this thought process for this. I had thought about this, and then I saw Christina's, and I was like, yeah, I really need to do this card because I think this is a way to use up this confetti. I've had it in my stash forever, and I'm really trying to, purposefully start trying to decrease my stash, even though that's kind of ironic since I just subscribed to my first card making craft supply monthly kit from Spellbinder, so this is kind of silly because I should have used up what I have before I started doing that, but I couldn't help myself. That was kind of my gift to myself this year. So we're gonna make a shaker with this. I'm gonna use Stampin' Up! Real Red. I'm using this stitch border die. I have made a cutout of Happy Birthday and a background border in Cricut Design Space using the offset feature. I will link that mat down below in case you want to cut this out yourself and try it out. I have a piece of cardstock that is white, and it measures, I've already forgotten, that is so sad, almost 3 1/4, not quite, just share it a little bit shy of that, by 4 3/4. The vellum is 5 3/4 by 4 1/2, and I'm going to be scoring this to make the shaker. Then I did use some Recollections rose gold cardstock that I picked up from Michael's not long ago. Well, it's been a few months ago now, but anyway, I haven't had a chance to use it, so I'm using it on this card, and I used this die cut to cut that out. And then I have just a regular card base, A2 size, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, let's get started. Okay, I'm starting out with my piece of vellum. It's hard to see because it's, opaque, etc. But I'm going to score at a 1/2 inch on all 4 sides, and this is what's going to go around the piece of cardstock that I have to make the shaker. It's going to be a borderless shaker card, which is really kind of cool because then especially if you're using vellum, you don't have to worry about the tape showing and all of that good stuff, etc. So this is my piece of vellum that is scored. I'm trying to figure out, let me use this card here. So hopefully now you can see those score marks. So 1/2 inch on each side. Alright, my first thought was I was going to stamp something on this, but I decided not to do that. So I just want to make sure this is going to go around my card evenly and without any issue. I think I need to take off a little whisper on this cardstock, just a little bit, to make this kind of not be a problem. I just want just a little sliver, maybe a 1/16 of an inch. So I'm going to do that on the top and the bottom just to make sure it folds really nicely. And then I'm going to put some double-sided tape on this. I have some that I think I picked this up at Daiso that I'm going to use just to go around this border. So you can use whatever you have on hand. I tend to like double-sided tape. It's pretty easy, especially when it's this kind that you can tear so easily. It's just really convenient for me. And then to make this, I like to press this down really well just to make sure it's down, is I am going to miter these corners. So if you can see this, again, it's really difficult. Let me bring this in. I am going to cut across this corner so that both ends will wrap around nicely. So when you put them together on the back side, they'll just meet perfectly. So I'm going to do that on all 4 sides. Just like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this piece of cardstock in here, and I'm just going to release 3 sides, and then I'm going to put in my shaker bits from there. So I'm going to put this just like that. Okay guys, so now I have my little shaker pocket that's edgeless. So here is the inside, and I'm going to pour in some of my cute little shaker bits. Oops. Maybe I need to do this with my fingers. That might go better. The pouring, I could just see like the whole thing going in there. That would have been crazy. Okay, so before ooh. This is what you don't do, people. Hold on, let me get all my shaker bits back in. Okay, I've got it kind of spread out now. So I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to do this last little piece of release. And there we go. Borderless shaker. Isn't that cool? Okay, the other thing I want to do is I want to add a little bit more color to my die cut. I'm not going to do the letters because it's really too delicate. I'm going to do the background instead, and I'm going to be using Stampin' Up's Real Red, and I'm going to ink blend onto this. So let me get a piece of paper that is scratch paper so we can blend this color on. Okay, I'm going to use just a little makeup sponge with the Real Red. I don't buy fancy blending brushes from the companies. I probably should, but I don't. I think this works super fine to do what I need for it to do. Whoops. Oops. Okay. And I am tapping off some of the excess ink because I do want it not to be, super dark. Okay, so we got this all nice and blended. Get this out of the way. And then this is going to go right on this. And I think that's going to add, just enough color. That's going to be perfect. Okay, so for this, I am definitely going to be using my tweezers, my reverse tweezers, and my favorite Elmer's Craft Bond. Oops, that was a little too much there, but that's okay. I'm just going to put some little dabs of glue everywhere. I hope everybody's having a good day, doing some craftiness, some crafty goodness, hopefully, if you're not working. I don't know, some people take some of their crafts to work. I haven't done that in a long time. I did in my 20s, but I had a job that could get away with that. Now, I don't have time, unfortunately, to do that when I'm working. Okay, and I'm just going to get a block, put that right over that, and set it aside and let it dry. So while that's drying, I'm going to bring this back over here. I'm going to put some tape on this to put it on the background so we can start assembling this. I don't know if anybody else does this. I get what I call the song of the day in my head. It's not necessarily a song I've heard. It's just the one that pops in my head and kind of stays there for the day. Today is Taylor Swift's Bad Blood. I don't know why. I'm not feeling any animosity toward anybody, so I'm not quite sure why that's... Oops, that did not stick. Why that's the song of the day in the head, but it's there. Okay, I'm going to move that glue. Come on. Stick. Okay, let's try somewhere else here. That's not working right now. Release paper can be difficult. There we go. Now let me get that little piece back over on this side. Oh, and I bent it. Oh, that's not good. I'm going to leave that in here. I'm not editing it out. Because things happen when you're making cards. And I still see a lot of adhesive over here showing. There we go. Turned out okay. Then this panel is going to go right on top. So this really is a very soft card. It's not anything that's too blingy or whatever, but it's just kind of a nice, different way to do a shaker for sure. The vellum gives something like a little softer that normally is not on every card. So I really like it. And I'm going to try this probably again and do a version. I won't put it on the channel. It'll be on my Instagram probably. I won't bore you with doing the same card in a different way. But with vellum, with acetate. Because I think that would be really pretty as well. See? Isn't that cute? I love it. Alright, let's get this happy birthday. It should be dry enough. Hopefully I can put this on my page. Now I'm not going to use... Now see my glue? When I stuck it down, I moved it to get it in place and it's left little spots there. But I'm okay with that. I still think it's cute. I'm going to put that right there. And I'm just going to stick it down. If I can get my tweezers to help me out here with a little bit of liquid glue, I think that'll be just fine. Oh, and I didn't even get the happy. Oh, look, see, I didn't even get that lined up correctly, but you can't really tell. So I'm not going to worry about it. This is a handmade card, so imperfections are part of the process. Oops. And I see that little piece sticking up. I'm going to put a little drop of glue right there. And I don't want to add any other colors into this, so I think this is about all I'm going to do. But I just like the shaker portion. It does want to get stuck like any other shaker, but it shakes. I'm cool with that. Alright guys, there's today's card. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time. Bye.